Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of our Bloons Tower Defense 6 series, Can I Beat Round 300? Today's map is Polyphemus. So let's just talk about what makes this map unique. The sparkling pool on the left will give towers a jungle drums boost, camo vision, and a discount, which is great, but every round that ends in 6, the pool will close, making your towers obsolete. They will not do anything. They won't even be visible. So you have to pay money to get them out of there, which isn't too bad if you're farming, but it can get pretty expensive because it gets up into the thousands of dollars to unlock it. Another thing I need to say about this map is that I think they updated it to make it easier because I don't believe in the past that the balloons actually went around the pool. I'm pretty sure they just went from top to bottom and bottom to top all the way around without going around that little pool. So I think they updated it to make it easier, which is nice, but when I was going for my chimps run on this, I lost so many times. So we're kind of skipping through the early game pretty quickly here, but you'll notice that my farming is pretty different. I'm going for central markets, I'm going for boat farms, and I'm going for sniper farms. Boat farms more because we actually have enough water to get the max degree Paragon for the boat without Geraldo, of course, so degree 91. So getting the money for those is great, and they also stack with the central marketplaces. So going for that kind of farming, a little more AFK and less tedious than the banana centrals. A couple more things I'd like to add is that this map was actually a suggestion on my last video. They said to try out Polyphemus. I think someone else said 1 brick, so I'll do that in the next video. So thank you so much for those recommendations. I was going in order, and they kind of threw me a curveball with 2 harder maps, so this was a bit more challenging, but I also did limit myself in this challenge to only 5 paragons. And of course, the new update is out, which means the spike paragon is out, so we are 100% getting that in this run. I'm not going to really explain what the spike paragon does. There's plenty of videos on YouTube showcasing it and explaining it in detail, so please go watch one of those. I'm sure ISAB has a video talking about it. From what I've seen, it's very strong, so that is kind of why I limited myself to 5 paragons, because I think it would be too easy with all the paragons, but also to showcase how strong it really is in this kind of run. So here we are on round 154, getting our ace paragon. Probably a mistake getting the stronger paragons first because it's going to be harder for our other paragons to get pops, but you know what? I was feeling confident, nor did I do this planned. I had a couple hours before I had to go to my second job, so I was like, fine, I'll try and record. So I just tried to speed run getting to round 300 as quick as possible. Up next here on round 162, we finally get our mega munitions factory. Mega massive munitions factory. Yeah, that's what it's called. So we turn up the accessibility to be able to see it in its full glory. Of course, this is only degree 91. I think it looks a little different at degree 100, but that's okay. This thing is massive. It looks amazing, and it's very strong. It is one of my top 3 favorite paragons in this game. There's really not much to say. This thing is an absolute demon, and probably everything that I could expect from a Spike Factory Paragon. You know, it's not the modded one, but it is very strong. You can see there on round 200, it just annihilates a fortified BAD. This thing had so much power, which is also why I limited myself to 5 paragons, because this thing is an absolute demon, and there, beating round 200, we get a Spike Factory. Kind of fitting. Here on 204, we finally get our boat. I kind of held off to be able to collect as much money as possible because I didn't know quite what I was going for in the moment, so I just wanted to make sure I had enough money for whatever I wanted. My next 2 paragons are going to be the ninja and the boomerang, so not super expensive. Here we go ahead and get the ninja, and we're kind of just cruising right now. We don't even have any debuffs or buffs or anything going on in the map, and we are still cruising through the 200, so this challenge is looking fantastic right now. We do eventually get up the buffs and debuffs and slows and everything, as well as the boomerang paragon, and this is effectively the final setup. We have the Ice Monkey Brittles, we have the Ice Monkey Slows, we have the Glue Gunner abilities, we have the Relentless Glues, we have a Lord of the Abyss for the buff, the Pierce buff, we have the Homeland defenses. We keep a couple farms for a little extra cash just in case, but I don't think I really did anything after this. The Megalodon is a new tower that I'm using, and this thing is so good. It is so very strong. So that was a great addition to the team. We have a Zealy down, we have a Tech Terror, we have a Legend of the Night, and this is the final setup. Here you can see the 270s are flying by, the 280s also are not really an issue. The spike factory is now not able to pile up enough spikes to be able to kill everything, but you know, it just doesn't matter. We have so much condensed damage right in that middle area that, or not in the middle, but on that left middle area, that once things get into there, they just get shredded. The only time things really got dicey is when I was AFKing and forgot that the eye closed or the pool closed, and I had to quickly open it up again because there's so much damage on my boat Paragon that losing those kind of would kill me. So I had to pay attention to be able to actually open that up and not lose the round. But otherwise, things have been going very, very smoothly up until this point. Another funny thing that happened is when the pool closed, the beast handler, the megalodon, would actually go to where the beast handler was standing because there was no water close enough for it to be transported to. And I didn't really think about this beforehand, but I'm happy that it didn't just get sold because there's no other water nearby, so it would end up just being in the grass. And that actually did kind of affect my run a little bit, so I had to pay attention to actually be able to move it back to the pool so its damage was more centralized. This here was the closest we ever got to dying on round 298. I thought my towers could take out the bad, but thankfully I had the Navarch's ability to pull that thing straight in. And here we are coming into round 299, looking pretty good. Balloons are really only getting to halfway around the pool, so maybe halfway around the track. And finally, we've made it to the round we've all been waiting for, 300. Let's hit start and see if we can beat it. And there we have it, an 032 Dart Monkey for our efforts, and that was it. That was the challenge. That was pretty fun. You can see here the Spike Factory Paragon with 1 billion damage, out damaging every other tower on the map. This thing is an absolute unit. If you are ever going late game, it is a must-have. This thing is so strong. The rest of our towers pale in comparison to it. Anyways, that is another challenge completed. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other maps you'd like me to play next, do leave it in the comments. I will see you in the next video.